Changes are coming in 2018 to the city's Adopt a Spot program. The Tacoma Historical Society has volunteer opportunities for history buffs, and there's still time to submit your nomination for the City of Destiny Awards. All that and more on this edition of Tacoma Report. Hello, I'm Anita Gallagher. The amount of power we use to stay comfortable at home always increases this time of year. In our next report from John Phillips, Tacoma Power shares a few simple ideas to save on our electric bills during this darker, chilly season.
We either love it or already crave the longer days and warmth of the next season. But the dislike of spending more money on power bills seems universal.
This time of year, as it gets colder, it is quite common for energy bills to actually double. Some of it has to do, of course, with more energy needed to keep your home warm, and also it's just getting dark sooner. We're going to have our lights on a lot more often. People can absolutely be proactive. There are some pretty simple things just about anyone can do to lower their energy usage.
Your first focus should be on the largest consumer of winter energy, the home heating system.
First things first, turn down the heat. It's recommended you turn it down to about 68 degrees. You can do it lower in unoccupied rooms when you're away from home or at night, but try not to go any lower than between about 60 to 55 degrees to avoid any moisture issues. Whether you have a furnace or something like a ductless heat pump, cleaning or changing your filters regularly is really important for your energy efficiency. On a ductless heat pump, it's actually really easy. They're usually reusable, and all you have to do is pop the top open, slide the filter out, and rinse it out in the sink.
Warm air can escape through your fireplace, so it's a good idea to shut the damper when you're not using it. The cost to heat your household water is another major portion of your energy bill.
Oftentimes, water heaters are actually set to keep your water much hotter than you'll ever need. We recommend you turn it down to about 125 degrees to save energy in your water heating costs.
Efficient shower heads and sink aerators will help you use less hot water. Don't overlook the laundry room for washing out a few more savings.
Always make sure to keep your lint trap clean in your dryer. Not only is it a safety issue, but dirty lint traps can actually restrict the airflow of your dryer, which causes your dryer have to run longer to get your clothes dry and uses a lot more energy.
With the shorter days, you'll be using your lighting more, and there may still be a few of those old incandescent light bulbs being used around the house.
If you're using these old incandescent bulbs, you could save up to 80% on your lighting costs just by changing to LEDs.
You may wish you could just flip a switch and turn on the warm, bright sun again. But in the meantime, saving a little on your power bills is really just that easy. For Tacoma Report, I'm John Phillips.
Tacoma Power has a list of these energy-saving tips and many more on its website. There's also information about rebate programs for things like ductless heat pumps, thermostats, and weatherization work, which can offer big savings over time. When extreme winter weather hits, there's a risk of fallen trees and landslides. That's why it's important to know who to call when these events happen. The city's Street Operations Division will only remove landslides and sections of downed trees that are blocking streets or sidewalks. They're available to respond to community emergencies 24 hours a day. To find out more about the inclement weather response, including what to do when a tree falls in the right-of-way, visit the city's website. The Point Defiant Zoo and Aquarium has been awarded Tacoma Power's first renewable energy grant to help fund a new solar energy project. It's part of the Evergreen Options program, which is supported by customers who choose to pay a little extra on their power bills for renewable energy. The zoo will receive a $50,000 grant to install 86 solar panels on the roof of its Asian Forest Sanctuary building. Those panels will produce more than 26,000 kilowatt hours of electricity in the first year of operation. It will also help the zoo save on future power bills. Nonprofit agencies, schools, and other government organizations are eligible to receive the Evergreen Options grants. The utility hopes to offer more grants next year. If you're planning to attend the annual Tacoma Home and Garden Show, be sure to stop and say hello to staff from TAGROW, Tacoma Grow, who will be there to talk about soil amendments and TAGROW products. For more information about the event, visit the website. If you have a live, unflocked Christmas tree, you can dispose of it for free at the Tacoma Recovery and Transfer Center between Tuesday, December 26th and Sunday, January 14th. The center is located at 3511 South Mullen Street. Trees can also be cut to fit into your residential yard waste bins for curbside disposal. After the break, City Manager Elizabeth Pauley will join us to talk about the city's mid-biennium budget adjustments. Don't miss it. The Tacoma City Council recently approved the city's 2017-2018 mid-biennium budget adjustments required by state law to be done before the conclusion of the first year of our biennium. Today, I'm excited to welcome City Manager Elizabeth Pauley for the first time on Tacoma Report. Welcome to the show, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Anita, and thank you.
So we're coming up on just about a year of you being city manager at the City of Tacoma. Can you share a little bit about what your experience has been like so far?
Well, thank you. It's been an exciting, busy, challenging time. I've learned a lot. I think we've accomplished a lot. And I think we've been able to set our sights on some good things to come in that time as well.
Absolutely, and it has definitely been an exciting year. So I want to talk a little bit about the mid-biennium budget adjustments. So it seems like you've really encouraged the departments to think about alignment with the city's long-term goals and looking at their budgeting. So can you tell me a little bit about the approach that you wanted departments to take to the mid-biennium budget modifications?
Sure. So mid-biennium adjustments are really, in my mind, all about alignment and alignment with a long-term view. What I asked departments to do is look for any corrections that needed to be made within the budgets, look for alignments that needed to be made or adjustments need to be made for new resolutions or initiatives coming from the council, as well as looking for trends in revenues or expenditures that alignment with any of those trends. So at the end of the day, that with a long-term view, what we have is alignment of our budget, both revenues and expenditures, with what the council's doing and looking to do for current and future residents.
Wonderful. So in terms of revenues and expenditure trends, so how would you say the city is faring?
The city is faring quite well.
That's great.
We are going into the mid-biennium budget adjustment. Our budget was just over $472 million, and we were able to make an upward adjustment of approximately 3.3% to $488.1 million, and that reflects some positive trends in revenues. We were also able to realize some expenditure savings. So I think we're in really good shape.
That's great. That's great. So what are some of the key areas the mid-biennial budget modifications focus on?
So we focus on the priorities of the council. And for the 2017-2018 biennium, the council's priorities were housing and homelessness, safety, and infrastructure. And so again, getting back to alignment, our adjustments focused in those areas. So we were able to increase funding to our homelessness effort. We were able to increase some funding to the police department, both in terms of additional police officers, as well as some dollars to aid in our recruitment efforts to help bring on more officers. We were also able to add some employees to help with permitting process to keep business development and keep some of the city projects going in the way that we want them to go. So we were able to align all of our changes in the budget to those key priority areas.
Well, that's wonderful, and it's easy to see how the City Council would approve this slate of adjustments. So thanks for sharing that with us, and hopefully we'll have you back on Tacoma Report.
Look forward to it. Thank you.
For details on the Council's approved mid-biennium budget adjustments, go to the city's budget webpage. Up next, we'll take a look at a program giving students the support they need to succeed in school. Our next story takes a look at an amazing nonprofit organization in the Hilltop area, which is helping students as they navigate the educational system. As Lane Fickey reports, the Hilltop Scholars Program has been a big asset for many local youth.
The Peace Community Center is where you'll find the Hilltop Scholars Program. This is the high school portion, which started in 2007. The program began reaching out to elementary and middle schoolers as well. Its focus is to help kids graduate from high school, get them ready for college, and also strive to get students involved in the community. Helping with schoolwork is a big part, but Hilltop Scholars is so much more.
The cornerstone of our program is the academic coaching. So it's that one-on-one engagement that they have with their coaches. It's teaching students how to navigate the school system, where historically they have had a lot of struggles with navigating that, or even not knowing the right questions to ask, or that there are options or alternative ways behind getting what they need because they're not told. And so coaches facilitate a lot of the process behind how do you speak to a teacher, how do you go to the principal, how do you build this confidence so you can advocate for yourself.
Thinking beyond school years is an important aspect of the Hilltop Scholars Program. It's great to focus on what needs to be done now to continue moving forward, but these kids are also finding out how these skills will be used later in life.
We hear students all the time say things like, why I gotta take an algebra class? I'm never gonna use this. So we try to take things that they're learning in school and apply it to life and apply it to different careers. So we're trying to transfer academic knowledge to life skills is our hope. And I think when we do that, our students get more excited about the future, more excited about learning.
Those working with Hilltop Scholars say that not only is this program helping the students, it's also having a positive impact on the community.
Students, as high school students, they don't really see themselves 10 years down the line, yet there are students that have graduated, gone away, and come back. And so it's definitely strengthening the identity of the Hilltop, and it's definitely building a stronger sense of what the Hilltop is.
Tacoma Public Schools does a great job in supporting the students, but the Hilltop Scholars Program knows that there are some kids who need a little extra help, and that's why this program is so vital for so many. For Tacoma Report, I'm Lane Fickey.
The Peace Center, which houses the Hilltop Scholars Program, is located on 21st and South Cushman Avenue. To learn more about their organization, visit their website. On Monday, January 15th, the city will honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for the 30th year with a day on, not a day off. The annual event will take place at the Convention Center. Doors open at 10 a.m. and the program begins at 11 a.m. TV Tacoma will broadcast the event live. In observance of Dr. King's birthday, administrative offices in the Tacoma Municipal Building Complex and other City of Tacoma facilities will be closed. The Tacoma Recovery and Transfer Center will open as normally scheduled from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Garbage, recycling, and yard and food waste service will not be affected. Now is a great time to visit the Human Rights Champions exhibit at the Tacoma History Museum and learn how you can volunteer with the Tacoma Historical Society. The Society works to preserve Tacoma's rich history and provides the public with access to a resource center, exhibits, and more.
Our mission is to preserve and promote and present Tacoma history. And so we do that in a variety of ways that people can participate in. We have a monthly speaker series, which right now is taking place at the University of Puget Sound, the second Monday of each month at 7 p.m. And those events are free and open to the public, and we feature local historians, often someone who has just had a book come out, so has a new story about Tacoma history to share. We have our museum space that I'm standing in right now, which has typically 3 to 4 exhibits per year. And that museum space is free and accessible to anyone, whether or not they're a member of Tacoma Historical Society.
The Tacoma Historical Society Museum is located at 919 Pacific Avenue. The museum is open Wednesday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and is free to attend. For more information about the Tacoma Historical Society and how to volunteer or become a member, visit them online. The city's Historic Preservation Office is now accepting applications for the 2018 Heritage Project Grant. This grant program is aimed at supporting projects that increase awareness and access to Tacoma's history.
So the Heritage Project Grant is a one-to-one matching grant that's designed to encourage heritage organizations to do projects that involve local history, educational events, and those sorts of things. The folks that are eligible include community groups and heritage organizations that have a 501c status.
Applicants can apply for project grant funding between $1,000 and $10,000. This is a matching grant with up to $40,000 in total awards being granted.
The funding can be used for a variety of historical events and activities. The first example would be an exhibit at the Historical Society that showcases a theme in Tacoma history. Other activities may include historical events, educational events, walking tours, those sorts of things that also showcase Tacoma history. We also will fund curatorial supplies, such as taking care of artifacts, historical research, documentation of a building, supporting a Tacoma nomination. There's a variety of things that people can use the funding for.
Applications are due in February, but you can learn more in advance at a grant information session. The session is being held on January 11th at 3 p.m. in the Tacoma Municipal Building. For more information, visit the Heritage Grant webpage. After the break, we'll get an update on curbside recycling. The city's solid waste management has been researching curbside glass collection options and has determined that, at least for now, customers can expect service to continue as normal. The decision was made after surveying customers and conducting a pilot program. For a list of items that can be recycled at the curb or at the Tacoma Recovery and Transfer Center, visit tacomarecycles.org. New signs aren't the only changes the city is making to the Adopt a Spot program in 2018. Megan Snow brings us more.
Community groups, service organizations, businesses, and residents are able to participate in the Adopt a Spot program, which is a partnership between the city and community.
I have met people that have shared their yard debris bins. I have people that have shared their water. So it's been a very cohesive program. And the neighborhood council has sponsored me. I've written innovative grants in the past. It's just been a good relationship. I've enjoyed it.
To streamline the process for applying to Adopt a Spot and to plan a cleanup, the Neighborhood and Community Services Department has created an online registration form. For Tacoma Report, I'm Megan Snow.
To adopt a spot or to learn more, visit the city online. Nominations for the City of Tacoma's 2018 City of Destiny Awards, which honors the exceptional volunteers who work to drive Tacoma forward, are being accepted now through January 26th. Eligibility requirements for the award categories are available on the website. Since 1987, Tacoma has honored more than 200 local volunteers through the City of Destiny Awards program. Tacoma's Historic Theater District is offering a $2.5 million deal of the decade, the opportunity for a sponsor to add its name to Theater on the Square in the heart of the Broadway Center for the Performing Arts in downtown Tacoma. The venue seats over 300. The opportunity comes with 24-hour visibility, millions of brand impressions annually, premier ticket and experience packages, and the prestige of associating with the center and its 8 resident arts organizations. Other high-value naming opportunities available for a limited time include an expanded production building, a new exterior plaza, and education studios. They border downtown's largest open space and Pierce Transit's plaza on Broadway. The nearby Pantages and Rialto theaters, also part of the Broadway Center, will retain their historic names. Earned Income Tax Credit Awareness Day is on January 26th. The Internal Revenue Service is using the Awareness Day in an effort to reach potentially eligible taxpayers to make sure they get the credit. The IRS estimates 4 out of 5 eligible taxpayers claim and receive the Earned Income Tax Credit. If you need tax assistance, you can find free tax preparation help by going to the IRS website. When Tacoma Report returns in 2018, it will be with new hosts. It has been an honor to be invited into your homes for the past 4 years to share information about city services, events, and announcements. Until the next show in January, you can always learn more about city services at cityoftacoma.org. Thank you for watching. I'm Anita Gallagher.